Hey guys, it's the final day of Marvel Madness. It's been 10 days of hammers, shields, raccoons, and everything in between. But all that is just white noise because you all want to hear about the last film of Phase 2, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Before I begin, I just want to say this review will be 100% spoiler free, so I won't be talking about
just eat the damn oranges!
Right, let's get on with it then. As we all know, Phase 2 has had some great movies and some average ones, and I'm here to say that Avengers: Age of Ultron is one of the former category. It picks off at some point after the Winter Soldier, with the gang doing their best to wipe Hydra off the map. I can't really say any more without spoiling the damn movie, because the setup happens in the first act and everything culminates from there. So let's talk about the good and the bad here. Starting with the good. Just like with the first Avengers film, Joss Whedon has to juggle a very large cast and balances their screen time so well that he's able to incorporate even new characters, and nobody's really the worse off. You really feel like everyone gets their moment to shine. Speaking of shining, Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye gets a surprising amount of screen time, which is welcome considering his place in the first movie being Loki's brainwashed henchman and all. It really shows another side to the character we haven't seen yet, and it's during this time we as an audience get to take a breather with our heroes and get ourselves ready for the coming battle. And speaking of battles, the action in Age of Ultron is on another level, people. As an audience member, you really get a sense of the weight of all of these hits and impacts. Just like when Cap smashes his shield into a drone's head, you really feel that. It's like, BAM! I like that. James Spader's Ultron. I could seriously listen to that man's buttery voice forever and never get tired of it. He brings a malevolence and a tinge of innocence to the character. Like, he's got all the answers in the world, but he can't really figure out what the question is. It's a great performance and it's a great villain. This is something that's been sorely lacking in the MCU movies that are of course, sans Loki. Now onto the bad. Yes, there is still some bad with the good. I'm just gonna get this one out of the way because it bugged me. Hawkeye. Why you no run out of arrows? Now this next point isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's worth mentioning that the tone of the film is quite different to the first Avengers film. In some parts it's quite bleak, and while it didn't put me off personally, it may alienate kids or others who come back in expecting the same fun popcorn flick as the first. And that's not to say the movie isn't fun, but let's just say not everyone makes it out and people do get hurt. Just like with the first film, there are a few things after you see the movie and let it settle into your brain for a few days, you'll kind of say to yourself, yeah, that didn't make sense, or how did they get to... What? The last one here for me is just a nitpick, but the fact that they aren't allowed to have mutants in the MCU, it kinda sucks. The explanation they give in the movie is okay, but come on Fox, you bastards, just let them say mutants, it's not gonna hurt. Overall, Avengers: Age of Ultron is a great continuation of the MCU and a damn fine sequel to boot. Do I like it better than Avengers? I think I'll reserve my judgment after a few more viewings, because as of me taping this, it's been about, 2 hours since I left the theatre. You really have to remember that the Avengers was a huge first time event, and it garnered a reaction that's hard to duplicate. Age of Ultron is spectacle on a massive scale, filled with great character moments, witty banter, some great callbacks, visuals to die for, and it features a strong, charismatic villain. I'm giving it 5 Stan Lees out of 5. Oh, and his cameo, priceless. So guys, what did you think of Avengers: Age of Ultron? And if you haven't seen it, what's your favourite MCU movie? Let me know down in the comments, or on my Twitter, or the Facebook page. And don't forget to like and share the whole Marvel Madness playlist. I've had an absolute blast making these and interacting with you all. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Film Learning season finale.